Hey guys, so I want to do a quick little speed test comparison and camera test between the Xperia C4 and the Galaxy A8 to check out how these mid to high end phones compare here from Sony and Samsung, and we can start them both up here at the same time to see how they compare. I did do a camera test which I will leave in the description for anyone who's interested. So you can see here the A8 quite quick here to boot up. And that fingerprint scanner does save a lot of hassle. Very quick actually to boot up. But we are finally there on the C4. I always think of an explosive when I think of the Xperia C4. I wonder why. But nevertheless, we can see here that we have closed everything down. Both running the latest updates, I think, pretty much. And for some reason this isn't connected to my Wi-Fi. There we go. So we're up and operational now, and we can just start off opening up some apps here. So this is coming with the A8 on LinkedIn. Snapdragon 615 versus the MediaTek octa-core in the C4. Again, the A8 here. Double clicked it there. So 2-0 here to the A8. eBay. That was about the same. Tinder. That was the C4. Only just though, but I'm going to get a 0.21. But that was the A8. 3-1. C4. 3-2. Wow, very close here. Messaging. I think that was the A8. 4-2, and clock quicker here, but don't like the UI actually compared to Samsung's, but it was quicker. 4-3. Camera much quicker here. Wow, that was very quick on the A8. What about a game? We do have a game on these. I've got quite a few games actually, and we can check out how they open to see. In fact, I don't think I have the equivalent games on them, which is a bit annoying. I did plan to check out how the games did open. Nevertheless, I might do a separate video checking that out. But you can see here, I think the A8 was a bit quicker when it came to your day-to-day kind of stuff. So phone, again, and YouTube, again. So probably going to give that to the A8 here when it came to the app opening, and we do have as well the web browsing, so we can see how they compare here. In fact, we'll use Chrome for both of them here because they're both using, well, in fact the Sony doesn't have a browser of its own, so we want to keep it fair. And we can just see here how they compare. We can go to some weird websites that I've never been to before, such as which websites? UNESCO World Heritage. That's what I'm looking for. And go. A8 coming with the picture here. And we can go to a different one now. What about GameSpot? A little bit quicker here on the A8. Still loading the video. Still loading. Probably never going to load. So definitely the A8 here. And oh, GS Arena, can't do one without that. So a bit similar there. Maybe the C4 a little bit quicker. And again, but then again the pictures came up here. I think I'm going to call it to the A8 here again. Just seem to be doing a bit better there in general, and we do have multitasking as well, so both 2 gigs of RAM here, and this is some, I think, where Sony could actually catch up here. Uber, so it's 2-0 to the C4. 3-0 to the C4 here. I think the C4 is going to dominate, if you ask me. And the camera is faster on the A8. I didn't even register my touch, so that is annoying, but it's still faster. So the C4 though definitely takes that round when it comes to the multitasking, I think. You can see again, quicker with the keyboard. So the C4 has pulled one back at the end of the speed test here. So I think you can see here the A8 is giving you better when it comes to the apps and the browsing, but they still need to fix that multitasking on the higher end handsets Samsung do. So we can just check out the cameras here now, and we're getting 13 megapixel camera on the back of the C4, which is, I think, RS sensor, 16 megapixel on the A8, which comes with a single tone flash. Also the C4 comes with a front facing camera as well, 5 megapixel with a LED flash, which is very nice. I have tested that out in a previous video if you're interested in that, but I did want to check out the main camera performance here on both of them so we can see how it is. So I think here you can see the Xperia C4 does actually compare quite well to the A8 here, considering it is a little bit cheaper. Obviously the A8 coming in about $350 versus C4, which can be had for about $250. The C4 does feel a lot cheaper though, because obviously it's built with plasticky kind of material compared to the premium on the A8. But you know, if you're not too bothered about looks here, you can see that the overall kind of experience is quite similar in terms of the camera, etc. Not a huge difference. I think where the A8 does pull ahead though is in terms of the screen quality, with that Super AMOLED display and its beautiful viewing angles here, obviously both full HD. You also get 32 gigs internal storage, which is very nice, whereas you get 16 on the C4. You do get this front-facing camera, obviously, which is a little bit better probably than the one in the A8, but I've not tested that out yet. So, and I think the battery is also a little bit bigger on the A8, which will give you a little bit more longevity. Oh yeah, and let's not forget bezels. But the C5 does make up for that with very reduced bezels, so I'll definitely want to check that out when it comes out in my area. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this comparison here, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.